Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. TGINF. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning. It's still a little crummy, I guess. I don't really know what word to use. It's not really raining, but it's pretty yucky out. And but I think it's going to clear off sometime. Doesn't really matter. Let's take a look here and see who we got hanging out with us today. Let's see. We got a few thumbs up going over there. Got John Howard's here. Good morning, John. George Rothfuss is here. Good morning. Good morning, Darren. Good morning, Paul. Thank you for the thumbs up. There you go. It says, good morning. TGIF started winterizing yesterday. Put pants in the greenhouse. I bet you that's supposed to be plants. But it might be pants. I don't know. And water drain the travel trailer. All righty. John Howard says, good morning. Some reason my first entry dropped off, but we'll try it again. It's still right there. I'm seeing it. 5:57 a.m. for crying out loud. Yeah. LB Sharp's here. Good morning, sir. Troy Pritchard. How you doing, Troy? Good morning, Jesse. He's here this morning. Clyde CNC. Good morning, sir. Let's see. Dennis Nolan is here. Good morning. Gary Hammett. He's ready. Hope you're wearing red today, Gary. They said we're supposed to wear red for the Braves thing or whatever. I don't even know if I have anything red. Well, I probably got something that's Alabama Crimson Tide, but I'm not sure that would count. Mr. Jones is here. Good morning, David. Good to see you this morning. Kevin Ailes is here. Curtis is here. Good morning. My crybaby's here. You can probably hear him. That's it. You done had 4 of them. I'm crying out loud. He must want a little TV time here. Big crybaby. That's it. That's all of them. Yeah. All right. He's finally decided. That's it. I'm not gonna get any more. Let's see. Where were we? Curtis is here. Good morning, Curtis. George says, printed out some PDFs on my Gatton CNC. Like you said, all is revealed there. Yep, it's all right there. Yeah, I've already done the work for you, pretty much. All the hard part, anyway. Thomas Grimm's here this morning. Good morning. Bart Bixel. He says he has the day off. Yeah, all righty. Clyde says, we put antifreeze in the trailer. All righty. Gary says you need to do that for game time. I guess talking about putting on red. Clyde was telling me, I went back and they showed the, I must have got up and gone to the bathroom or something because I totally missed when that guy got hit on the leg with that ball. And so, yeah, I get it now. He toughed it out. Still got 3 outs with a broken leg or fracture or whatever it was. So I take back what I said about him being a sissy. Although some of them still are a little wussified, if you ask me, for the money they make. Was checking my email before I came out here. Got some coupon email type things from good old Harbor Freight. I tell you what, I've seen some people off and on talking about the Harbor Freight on Facebook and social media and stuff, and talking about how they really cut back on their the way they let people use coupons and all that kind of stuff. And I looked close at the one I had, the email I got just a little while ago, and it says that you get 30% off, and you think, wow, that's pretty good. But then you read the fine print underneath it, and if you're not a member of they call it their Inside Track Club, but if you're not a member of that, it's 30% off of anything under $10. And I'm like, so basically you're getting 30% off of the crap you sell, because that's what's under $10. I mean, there might be a few things that are okay for less than $10. And then if you're a member of the Inside Track Club, you get 30% off of anything over, or let's see, what was it? Anything that's $20 or less. And I'm thinking, man, that's a big, big difference from what they used to do. Because, you used to get like a 20% off coupon or a 25% off coupon, and that would be for pretty much, I mean, there might be a few exclusions, but it would, like, for example, that lathe back there, used to, if you could go, and it was, I've seen videos where guys talking about it would be like $300 something, a few years ago. And then they'd get a 25% coupon, and they'd get it for like, less than $300 or something. But yeah, none of that stuff's going on now. So I guess they're really tightening their belt. And maybe it's because they know that, so much inventory is stuck out on these cargo ships that people will pay more to get what they have. Maybe that's their thinking. I don't know. But anyway, I noticed the last time I drove by there, I passed the Harbor Freight store every time I go to that orange big box store. You know the one I'm talking about. And I noticed they have a big sign out front saying they're hiring. So thinking maybe I should probably go see if I can get me a little job over there. Then maybe I could get it. I don't know whether they give employee discounts for stuff or not. But wonder what you make working at a Harbor Freight store. Probably not a bad place to work. At least the one here where I'm at, it's pretty clean. The one in Conyers that I had to go to get my lathe, it's a nice clean store. So might not be a bad place to work. I don't know. I have to keep that in the back of my mind. Things keep getting tough around here. But anyway, I'm sure Creepy Joe will get straightened out here any day now. Let's see. Gary says he didn't even stop in that play or act like it hurt at all. Everyone thought he was fine. Yeah. Yeah. I did. Like I said, I missed it. I must not have been looking at the TV or something, but I missed when he got hit with the ball. But I saw the one. That's a spam call right there. But yeah, I saw when he made the pitch and he grimaced and then had to go out. But I missed the one. I guess was the inning before or something. And he got hit. But I guess that would hurt because them things are coming pretty quick. when they're coming off that bat like that. All right, let's see here. Larry Galt says 30% off $10 items. Yeah. Now, it did have a thing where you can get, I think, 30% off of more stuff of your entire purchase, but that's if you sign up for one of their crummy credit cards, which I can only imagine what the interest rate is on those things. So they tried to get me to do that when I was over there getting the lathe and stuff, and they tried to get me to sign back onto the Inside Track Club and stuff, and and I thought, well, if it's not going to help me with this purchase, which is the biggest purchase I'll make at a Harbor Freight in a while, then no, I don't need it. So, all right, Mr. Ballard's here this morning. Let's see, Harbor Freight stores. Okay, the Harbor Freight store near me has just enough employees to run the cash registers. Okay. Well, that's better than Walmart then, right? Because they don't have anybody to run theirs. And I don't know, maybe they do, but does Harbor Freight have a self-checkout? I don't think they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Ryan says, I just made a Let's Go Brandon SVG I should send you. All right. Yeah, I got, this is my other, I have two of these. The one I wore earlier was black with white lettering, and this one is gray with black lettering, which is kind of funny because I had it on the other day when I went to the UPS store and got a lot of thumbs up and I like your shirt comments and stuff like that. It just in the short time I was walking from the store to my truck. So yeah, it's not much you can say about that, I guess. I tell you something I've been doing off and on this week. You know how I get going down these little rabbit holes sometimes. Good old YouTube, will suck you right in on these different things. But clear out of the blue. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I hadn't searched it or nothing, but just clear out of the blue. The other day, there was a video that popped up, and it was about the JFK assassination. And I love that kind of stuff. I always like, because that's one of those things. I know I was only 7 years old when that happened, but you've seen the Zapruder film, that 19 seconds. You probably, by the time I'm 65 now, I've probably seen that 500,000 times or something. It's, it's all over the place, all over YouTube. But anyway, there's this, I guess, over there where the old school book depository is, they've taken the 6th floor, which is, the window that Lee Harvey Oswald was shooting out of, and they've made that into a museum. They're called the 6th floor museum. So anyway, they've made a whole, as you might expect, they've taken a tragedy like that and decided to, hey, let's figure out how we can make money off of this. So they got this whole thing where they have groups of people, they sell tickets and they come in, and then they get these people that were witnesses or part of the Warren Commission or reporters, all this stuff. And then they'll invite them in, and they have this one guy, I guess he's like the curator of the museum or whatever. And he will ask them questions and get them to talk about their experience. And, they're just reliving the past is what they're doing. And then at the end, they'll usually, pass out cards and have the audience write questions and stuff like that. But some of it's kind of interesting. But anyway, I've kind of got sucked in a rabbit hole watching those kind of things because they have all these different people. And it's kind of funny in some ways because there's this one guy that he was a reporter of some type. And you got to remember, these guys are old now. I mean, they're old. Because that was over 50 years ago. In fact, a lot of these things I'm watching are from right around 2013, which was the 50th anniversary of that thing. So, but anyway, some of these reporters, whenever they have somebody that's there from the Warren Commission, and again, a lot of those guys have already died and stuff because they're all pretty getting up there now. But it's kind of interesting because they don't necessarily agree with, it's not that they're a big conspiracy theorist, but there's just like so many doubts and questions and all that kind of stuff. But I always enjoy watching that kind of stuff because, it's a big part of history. It really changed the course of history. And you probably see some things, I don't think that it's as popular as it was. I mean, it probably is on cable and stuff, but every year about this time, because, Monday's going to be November 1st. They start talking about the anniversary on November 22nd. But anyway, long time ago, and it's interesting to me to watch. And you can tell some of those guys, particularly the guys, well, really all of them, the reporters and the Warren Commission guys and the different. I think the one that I got started watching was about Clint Hill. And if you don't know who Clint Hill was, I think he's still alive. He was a few years ago anyway. I think he might still be alive. But he was the Secret Service agent that was riding on I forget what they call the car, the one that's right behind the presidential limousine. And he was on the running board. And then when the shots rang out, he's the one that you see in the Zapruder film run into the back of the car and almost stumbling and getting run over. But he grabs that handle on the back of the limousine and tells Jackie Kennedy to get back in the car. And I don't know, it's just pretty interesting stuff. But he's got a different account than everybody else because he was the closest one to it, I guess. But anyway, they've sucked me in because I'll watch some other stuff and then another one of those things will pop up in my feed and I'm like, okay, let me see this. But you can waste a lot of time because just about all of them are about an hour because they're, like I said, they're either at that museum or they're at sometimes they're at the hotel where Kennedy was supposed to have had a luncheon but never made it because of that. And but yeah, still a lot of questions though. Still a lot of questions because the biggest question I have is when they do the ballistics test and stuff, they say that he was using that old Italian rifle, but he was using full metal jacket bullets. And that's why that one bullet, the magic bullet, went through Kennedy, went in, small hole, came out, pretty small hole, a little larger than the entrance wound. But yet that one shot was not apparently a full metal jacket. It was lead in it. You know, so when they shoot the what is it they shoot, watermelons or cantaloupe or something like that, and they shoot him with a full metal jacket, and it just puts a little, you can stick a dowel through it, just small hole on pretty much both sides. But yeah, you shoot one with a what's the word I'm looking for? The lead ones where they're going to disintegrate on impact and stuff or deform. They just go in and then blow out the whole side like that fatal shot was. So that's always kind of weird. Like, why would the guy use two different things? But anyway, always get you thinking. And again, the thing that always gets me is you think, well, I know how crooked the government is these days. They probably were the same way back then. So not sure I want to believe any kind of report they put out. But anyway, kind of interesting. Y'all check it out sometime when you got hours to kill on a rainy day. And Hollow Point, yeah, thank you, Troy. That's it. But yeah, they're made to just. Let's see. Marcelo says, just stopped in to say hi. Been a busy week. Yeah, I don't think we've seen you much in here this week, Marcelo. But don't worry, you haven't missed a thing. It's the same old BS we always talk about. I haven't missed anything important. Unless you're a Braves fan. But yeah, hope they can pull one out tonight. It'd be nice to, of course, the ideal thing would be if they could just win the next three and be done with it. But I don't know. I don't really see that happening. It seems sometimes I almost think they don't want to do it in anything but 7 games because I'm sure they probably get, the networks make more money, the players probably make more money, everybody makes more money if it goes 7. So sometimes I wonder if they're like, okay, well, you let us win Friday, we'll let you win on Saturday. And then when we get to game 7, then it's like winner take all. So might be that way. I don't know. Never know. Well, let's see. Don't have much else to talk about. I guess my Harbor Freight coupon thing was the big news for the day. Tina says, I think we all learned a lot this week. We just have short memories. Well, that's the way I am. I can't remember what I talked about yesterday. There's no telling how many times I repeat myself, and y'all are just nice and don't say, hey, you've already talked about that. But I'm hoping to, like I said, this is the kind of the blah day right here, Friday, and then the weekend's supposed to be nice. And I think the start of next week, I think is supposed to be nice. So I'll probably, I tell you, I got some videos to edit because I've been shooting. Every time I come out here and run something, I've been shooting video, and I've got, there was a video that I was going to put out last week, and then I changed my mind and did the spalted elm thing that Larry sent me. So I've still got that video, and I think I'll probably go ahead and release it this Saturday. And then I've got 2 more things. That's one of them. I've still got to finish parting it off. I'm still coming out here every once in a while and shooting a little lacquer on it, trying to build up the layers of lacquer. And then I've got another one that I did before this one. So just got to get those videos. So I'm pretty much good other than a little editing for 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm probably one of the next things I do is either going to be one of these cedar things or man, I just hear it rain. It's just started raining. Holy cow. Or the segmented thing, what that one I said I was going to call the treadmill bowl, where I'm using that oak rails that I got off of the treadmill when I took it apart. I don't know. So many projects, so little time. But anyway, let's see. Darren says Princess Auto here is our Harbor Freight. Yeah, is it, when you say it's your Harbor Freight, is it like just like a Harbor Freight where they have pretty much the same kind of stuff, only maybe with a different branding on it and stuff? Because like I've said, as I've watched all these turning videos, I have seen that pretty much exact same lathe under a bunch of different paint schemes, and instead of, like, of course, Harbor Freight sells it as Central Machinery brand. There's other, that it'll be, like I said, there's one where they have like the legs will be blue and the bed is cream colored, or maybe it's vice versa. I can't remember. But anyway, I've seen, and I've seen some where this is orange, and it's just, and even I was at my friend Melinda's a few days ago. She had sent me a message, and she said her router, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, she's the one that's got the very last metal Sidewinder machine. She's got one just like I have that's in my shop. She got the last one I had. And anyway, she'd been using the Porter cable router, and she messaged me the other day and said something about it had quit on her. And she thought it was I guess it was the switch. She went to turn it on and it ran for a little bit and then quit or something. And I said, well, you're in luck, because I bought a pack of 5 switches because I had to replace one the other day. So I went over to her shop and replaced that switch for her. And while I was there, I said, hey, I want to see your lathe, because I'd asked her what kind of lathe she has. She goes, oh, I got a jet lathe, but it's one of the really old ones. It's blue. That's how old it is. So anyway, I went and looked at it, and sure enough, it's got the same flimsy frame. I mean, it's the exact same lathe. Only instead of having Central Machinery on it, it has jet. Uses the Reeves drive, the whole 9 yards. So it's not only sold to different countries as different brands, but it's also sold here in the U.S. And Grizzly's got one the same way. All they'll do is they'll change a few little minor things like a switch or something to make it look, a little different. But the casting and the frame and all that is exactly the same. Exactly the same. Darren says, yes, it is. George says, what I worry about is the influence of betting companies on the outcome of spots events. I think that's supposed to be sports events, or the players involved. Well, I've noticed that there's a lot of commercials, and I see them during these YouTube videos for different little gambling things. I mean, we're going to hell in a handbasket. I'm telling you, I just don't think we need all this gambling stuff. And I hate to be, sound like a prude, but I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think the lottery stuff's good. I used to, but then you find out that it's like it's like they get on, they start out honorable, I guess. Well, we're doing this to give the money to the schools and scholarships and stuff like that. But then it's like you find out the person that's the CEO or whatever of the lottery thing or whatever, they're making $1 million salaries and stuff. And I'm like, it's just kind of like some of those charities. You have some of those charity things that where the head guy is making millions of bucks and stuff. I'm like, money ruins everything. It just ruins everything. Ryan wants to know if we are doing the Christmas challenge this year. I haven't really promoted it that much. I did put a thing. In fact, I think it's pinned to the top of the Gatton CNC Facebook page, because back when I posted it, there was like 74 days before the challenge. So I don't, I'm kind of going to do it like this. If people want to do it, fine. I will do a show and I will promote their videos and their projects and stuff like that. But, each year we've done it, there's been, I think we still had probably, 12, 13, maybe 14 videos last year. So I don't know. I shouldn't probably say this, but I've noticed a difference in the people that get CNCs these days. And I'm not sure it's a good thing. I just see so many people, not from so much from my group, but from a couple of other Facebook groups that I'm a member of, like CNC for Beginners and stuff like that. But there are people that, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There are people that have they don't even know how to spell CNC. And they'll get on those groups and go, I'm a newbie. I don't know anything, but I just spent $5,000 on a such and such. Where should I begin? And I'm thinking, are you that stupid? You haven't done any research on your own, and you lay out all this money and you don't even have a clue how to turn the stupid thing on. You don't even really know what they do. So I don't know. I think we're, like I said, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this because not that many people are watching this, so nobody will see it, I guess. But I just think we're getting a lower grade of people that they're trying to get into CNC, and they really should, get off your ass and do some research first. It's not rocket science, but then again, it's not, it's not like buying a circular saw and plugging it in and doing this. You got to know a little bit about it. And it's like people are jumping in both feet and don't have a freaking clue about any of it. But that's just my opinion. All right. Let's see. Clyde says, have a good weekend. I guess he's trying to let me know it's time to get out of here. George Rothfuss says, gambling is not a good thing. It's a slippery slope. I agree, George. I think it's a very dangerous, slippery slope. And the people that can least afford to gamble are the ones that are usually sucked in. And it's just not a good thing. It's just like if you go to a casino, there's a reason they have a nice building, flashy lights, and give you free liquor. And because it's all set up to get your money. It's not set up for you to win. But anyway, George says, my Christmas challenge is getting my CNC up and running and understanding the software. All right. Yeah, Jesse says, the same ones that buy motorcycles and can't ride. Well, that's what I'm talking about. If I was going, I've never had a motorcycle. But if I was going to get one, I would be doing all kinds of research, finding out, I'd be trying to go to get some kind of training on how to ride one. I wouldn't just go buy some big ass Harley and then go, all right, I'm going to ride this thing, because I'd probably kill myself. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't understand. It's all people. People are not the brightest bulb on the tree these days. Anyway, Gary says, I think those who built Gatton need to be able to do a little building. Yeah, that's the thing. So, like I said, most of the time I'm not really talking about the Gatton people, because I think most people, not all, I've had a few of those that I'm like, why the hell did you buy this thing? You don't even know how to hold which end of a screwdriver to hold. But for the most part, the people that get a Gatton have, at least joined the group and seen other people and ask the other people that have built one questions and stuff and all that. But I still see there's a few. You look in the group right now, you scroll down a little ways, you probably see a few questions, and you just have to shake your head like, why did this idiot even buy one? You don't know what, I don't know. What are you going to do? All right, let me get out of here. It's Friday. This is going to do it for October, folks. We'll be back Monday, November 1st, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. That we'll be here for number 422. So yeah, Solar Man, Christmas challenge is on. Anybody that wants to do it. Like I said, it's all the same thing. I'll probably put something up on the website, but it's just the way things are, and I'm probably not going to worry about it a whole lot. If people want to do it, fine. If they don't, that's okay too. I will be, supportive in doing the live stream and showing the projects and, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to really push it this year. All right, let me get out of here. Everybody have a awesome Friday. Have a great weekend. And we'll see y'all Monday. Let's go, Brandon.